So hi everyone, Team Heart United. Always a pleasure to see you. My heart cannot be more full than what it is, especially on a Monday night when I see all these beautiful faces and, see your comments throughout the week. But when we can actually see one another on a Monday night, it's super special. So thank you for all that you do. Thank you for being on here. Thank you for supporting one another. And just thank you for building your business and changing lives. I'm forever grateful for each one of you. So guys, tonight we've got quite a beautiful package of people and of stories that we're going to present to you. But first of all, I'm going to do some announcements and a few updates of what's changing. And then I'm going to do a quick training on Facebook Lives. And I'm going to explain to you why you should be doing a Facebook Live and just the basic steps of what to do. And then later on, Kim is going to be talking about the Facebook Lives that she's been doing and just how well those have worked for her, but not particularly just in leads, but more so in building her own confidence, right? So awesome process. And we've got David and Jen that are going to share with us tonight. They've literally unlocked a little miracle in their business. And then also we have Drew and Caroline from Melbourne. So David and Jen are from Sydney. Of course, Kim is from Newcastle. Drew and Caroline are from Melbourne. These guys are on fire. They have added thousands of people into a group that they started just about 2 months ago, I think. So they're going to share with you what they're doing. And then finally, we've got Una, who... Let me tell you guys that a few months back, Una literally sat with a business that she had to start rebuilding. And I remember meeting with her with G, and we spoke about that. And Una at that stage could make a decision of, I'm going to give up or I'm going to just continue to go. And tonight you're going to hear her story. So lots coming. But first of all, let me share my screen. So guys, I trust that you can see that. So welcome to week 34. And so tonight we have a panel of guests that are going to be answering questions, and we have a Facebook Live training. Apologies, my voice is a little bit funny. I've got the flu, as I think does most of Australia. So if you haven't got it, well, stay away from people because it's really contagious. But yeah, always happy to see you guys. So guys, if we haven't met yet, my name is Charlotte Venter, live on the Sunshine Coast, have been in this business since day one and just love it. I'm an Elite Pro 7 and totally am in love with this company, in love with the products, of course, and in love with the people. And we welcome you to our team. As new distributors, we want you to know that we are here to support, love, and encourage you. And, those words are easy to speak, but it's in the do that you really see people's hearts and what they stand for. And I can assure you that we do the do, we walk the talk. We may not always get back to you immediately if you send a message or have a question, but we are always in the business. We are always working our business, and we will always come back to you and set the tone and set the leadership. So thank you so much for joining us and for trusting us to help you on this journey. And please don't ever, whether you knew or not, don't ever stay in your business and be frustrated if you feel like you're not succeeding. Reach out to your sponsor, to upline from there. Reach out to anyone you feel like reaching out to. We love to help one another. And just don't sit there and not get help, right? Just reach out and ask. So a couple of announcements straight off the bat. We've got webinars starting from tomorrow morning, 5:30, which is UK time, Monday night, 8:30. We're going to have weekly webinars that are going to be run by Nicola Rule and G Fletcher. And guys, Nicola did a presentation for us last Monday night on the sunny coast. You would have seen that we maxed out. We had 70 odd people there. We had a tremendous night, and she really beautifully explained what ProTandem does. She has a very, very powerful story, and she's somebody in the profession that has credibility. And so she has opted to help run some of our weekly webinars. So this is for the UK, Australia as well. We're going to have weekly webinars. We should get the list to you in the next few days. But again, we're going to do a bit of a push with the webinars, and we will make sure there's a weekly webinar that you can tap people into. If you are new, well, what is this webinar? Well, guys, it's basically a 30-minute overview of what our business stands for, what LifeVantage does, what our products do, and how you can build a business. So it covers 6 elements, which are key elements to building any business, and it's short and sweet. And it's really for somebody who wants to find out more about the product, or the somebody who wants to find out about the product as well as the business. So when you have prospects, tap them into that. We will give you a Zoom link. So the Zoom link for the UK, you'll see up on the screen, is 515-515-2222. And the Australian one will probably be this 7777, but I'll come back to you and confirm. Guys, you would have seen last week the tickets for Tara's events now finally available, so you can go book. I've already booked mine. They work. I tested them, so they're all working beautifully. Please go book. And guys, super, super special news is I have managed to secure an hour for Team Heart United. So everybody in my entire downline, of course, you know, we fall under Tara. So anybody in my downline, we are going to have an hour special alone time with Tara before every event. So in Melbourne and Brisbane, it's going to be 3:30 to 4:30 in the afternoon. And in Sydney, it's going to be 3 to 4 on the Saturday afternoon once we finish the event. So in Brisbane and Melbourne, it's before the event. And in Sydney, it's going to be after the event. Now, guys, in that time, you're going to get to do a photo with Tara. You're going to get to give her a hug. And we will sit in a circle or in a group, and you can ask her questions. Now, an hour will go super quick, but we got to be professional about this, guys. We got to sit down quickly, 30 minutes Q&A, then sort of line up, let's do photos and get a team photo, right? So let's make sure, please, as many of you as possible get there. It's going to be your opportunity to sit and ask Tara questions one-on-one. Then, guys, and Dave and Jen are going to share more about this tonight, but on the Saturday in Sydney at 5:30, we have managed to secure a second opportunity meeting that's going to be run at a cafe for our team predominantly, and I think it's just probably going to stay with our team because of number limitations. But we have managed to secure Tara and Dr. Vertigam to go to this cafe with us. We're just going to Uber it there, and they are going to present a 45-minute opportunity meeting for our guests. So if you're in the Sydney area, or if you know anybody there, now is the time to get them there. Well, you may say, well, why not just get them to the events opportunity meeting? Well, good question. The reason is that we've managed, and Dave and Jen will share with you tonight, but you know, we've unlocked a little miracle in Sydney. And I believe, guys, this is the launch of Sydney. If you've been in Sydney and you've been thinking, gosh, it's only 3 or 4 of us, not for long, because we are going to fill this cafe with 60 new prospects, right? 60, not 6, not 1, 6, 60. We're going to fill this cafe. So awesome work, Dave and Jen, for what you guys have done there. But what I want to say to Brisbane and Melbourne, if you can pull together a similar event, we will make sure Tara and Peter get there. So if you've got anything in mind, you know, Tara gets to Brisbane on the Thursday. Our event is on the Friday. She only starts engaging around about midday on the Friday. So she's got the morning open. We could easily pull off an opportunity meeting that morning for mums who maybe not be able to come at night. So, and the same thing in Melbourne. So guys, if you feel that you want to pull this together, of course, we're here to help. Let's do it. But just get in touch so we know we need to push that, right? So on Thursday evening at 7:30 p.m., we're going to have a quick 20-30-minute Zoom on my Zoom 515-515-7777 to discuss the logistics of the Sydney opportunity meeting. And please, if you are interested to do one for Melbourne or Brisbane, can you hop onto that meeting as well? Let's talk through it. So 7:30 Thursday evening, hop on there. If you're going to be attending the Sydney one, if you want to send people there, please be in that meeting so that we can gauge numbers. Guys, and then the next announcement is Adelaide. So you would have seen a couple of messages go around, super excitement happening. We've got around about 15 distributors now that's grouped for Adelaide. We're going to launch Adelaide, but once again on Wednesday evening this week, 8 p.m., please hop onto my Zoom. We're going to have a meeting, get all the Adelaide people to meet one another, and we're going to talk logistics and see when, where, and so forth with this meeting. So such exciting stuff happening. Right, let's see what's next. Cash incentives, guys, don't forget, this is the last month. We've got 2 weeks to go, right? And we've still got these cash incentives. So for a new Pro 3, 4, or 5 or higher, beautiful bonuses, 500 US, 750 US, or 1,000 US for 5 or 6s. And guys, if you made a specific rank in June or July and you've maintained that rank, or you maintain that rank for August, you're going to earn for Pro 3 250 US, for a 4 375, and for a 5 500. These are great bonuses. I don't know how soon we're going to get these again. This is the last month. Make sure you capitalize on it. I definitely know it's not going to be your next month. Okay, so other news, guys, you would have seen, or you may have seen in your shopping cart in your back office, there now is an option to click on upgrade packs. So you can go in and play around and have a look. The information is not in yet, except you can click on it. But in the next 48 hours, we will have the information sitting behind there, and you can actually buy your pack. So just know it's going to be in there in the next 2 days. Another small little change, guys, is Team Heart United. We are busy creating a superb welcome post. That's again going to have a video. There's a number of us that are doing this video together. And it's going to have a lot of information for a brand new distributor. So it's going to be a pinned post. It's going to be a welcome post. So when a new distributor comes in, please tag them in that post. Welcome them in there. You can still do your pin, do a welcome post, a separate one. But please make sure you tag them in the welcome post. And it's going to give them, for instance, things like, make sure you go to teamheart.net and print out your launch guide. It's going to say stuff like, watch this video. And I don't know if you guys remember, a while back, I made 2 videos on how to launch a new distributor. There's a video 1, video 2, they're each 30 minutes. So it's going to give a new distributor just something to work with until they start getting more coaching and guidance. So look out for that pinned post, and as soon as you see it, please start tagging your distributors. Now, a question for you is, are you tracking your business growth? Guys, one training I would love to do is show you how I track my business. One of the things I do, and I don't know if you can see this, is I use these little cards. These are like old school cards, but I actually track my business volume every single day. Every day. Before I go to bed, I take account of what has gone through my business, and I write it down on this card. And it is interesting to see when you compare back to other months, you can clearly see if your business is growing or not. You can clearly see what part of the month is your strongest part, so that you can start predicting. Guys, but there's many other numbers that you should know. What percentage of your customers are on auto ship? That's a really good number to know. There's what numbers of enrollments are you getting? Are they growing month after month? So much that you need to track. The other thing to track is your daily activities. It's easy to say, I've been busy, I've worked all day. But how many times did you share the story? How many times this month have you presented? Are you doing your 15 presentations a month? Now, we know LifeVantage tells us if you want to grow your business, you've got to do at least 15 presentations a month. Now, a presentation is also a one-on-one, right? It doesn't mean you're standing up in front of a room 15 times. No, it's also one-on-ones. but are you tracking your numbers? You know, do you know how many people you've spoken to yesterday or the day before? Do you know how many new friends you've made in the last month? Track your numbers, because it is the only way you will know if your business is growing. And more so, it helps you identify where the weakness is in your business. Okay. Guys, then just a comment is, please continue to build our Facebook group, Activate Revolution. It is doing so well. I love that group. I've got so many ideas for it. I just wish there was more time in the day, right? But thank you for your cooperation there. It's really doing superbly well. Just a reminder, this event is on tomorrow night in Melbourne. Please, guys, make sure you go. Distributors, you have to be at events. It is not even debatable. Events, seriously, events are what builds your business. And if you don't go, I guarantee you your distributors are watching. And if you don't go, then they've got a reason to give an excuse why they're not going. So if you really want to build your business, you never, ever, ever miss an event. An event like this, if you live in Melbourne, you need to be there. You need to not just go you yourself, but you need to look at taking some guests with you. So super important, guys. Please support Michaela and Honey and Paula tomorrow night as they run this event in Melbourne. And well done, girls. You're doing a superb job. Upcoming events, guys, as well as next week, Brisbane and Sydney on Wednesday are having their opportunity meetings. Guys, go along. Please, distributors, you've got to go along to these events. Check out LifeVantage Australia events page for information of other events coming up. And guys, please always make sure, no matter what you run, even if it's a webinar, please make sure you've created an event on the Australia event page for that webinar, because that way people know what's going on. They know where to go, one-stop place to see what's happening. And if it's all there, it makes it so easy and duplicatable for all of us. Just a reminder of tru-science, guys, this is almost over, end of August, and I know this won't be extended. This is a definite up to the 31st of August, so make good use of this special. Stock up, you know, good Christmas gift as well, but yeah, make sure you guys follow up on all those ladies that have sampled your skincare and, you know, who may look at buying a pack now. So great value. Just a reminder, guys, auto ships are exceptionally important in this business. It is the bread and butter of our business. It is the building block of our business. Auto ships is what grows your business, not enrollment volume. Enrollment volume is there for 1 month and gone the next month. Auto ships continue to go through. And guys, as I'm seeing new enrollments, there's this staggering amount of people being enrolled that are not on an auto ship. And I don't understand why. Do you know, if I talk to somebody, a customer or a distributor, about trialing Protandim, I will always say to them, you've got to use it for 1 month for every decade you've been alive. Because that's what Dr. Joe McCorder said. He said, don't even try it if you can't commit to that. So with me, I set the expectation up front with my customers and distributors, and I say, you are 40, you need to be on this product for 4 months. So we're going to set you up on a monthly order. That order will be sent out directly. And after the 4 months, you can make a call on how you feel. But I cannot do business with you if you will not commit to the 4 months, because it's not fair to you and it's not fair to my product. Guys, that's how I do it. And I never have anybody say to me, no, I won't do a monthly order. So please relook at what you do, because guys, if you are just doing an enrollment and it's a 1 month enrollment and there's no auto ship, I'm sorry to tell you, but you're not growing your business. Okay, you're not growing your business. So I suggest, you know, as a bit of a check, go back to all your enrollments, have a look at who is on auto ship and who isn't, and maybe go back with a loyalty program to the ones that are on the auto ship. you know, if they join the loyalty program, they're going to get 100 points, right? And that's quite cool. Excuse me. Do we have G on you now?
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you, G. You can take over.
Okay. Hi, everybody. Sorry I was a little bit late. We were busy finishing off our opportunity meeting. It was really exciting. We had about 45 people come on, which was really good. So Nicola did a superb job. I was really proud of her. She did really, really well. So if any of you are on, thanks for the support. And now we're going to look at we are so lucky with the people that we are getting in our business and the people that are being attracted to Team Heart United. We have got 4 amazing people today. It was really hard to pick 4. Like, seriously, we were just like, we could pick this one, and we could pick that one, but you have to stop somewhere. So we kind of said, okay, so let's look who had the top PV and ended up in the top 10 of all of Team Heart in the world was Kim Colling last month, which just blew my mind. And I say to her, my gosh, there she is again. She's found more customers. She works full time. Where did she do this? So I'm really excited. And you've probably seen as well that Kim is there dressing up as Superman and Spider-Woman and all sorts of things, flamethrowers, all sorts of things going on at the moment. So I want to talk as well to Kim about how is she doing her Facebook Lives, what's she doing, and what has it done for her confidence on the net, and also with topics and things like that. So over to you, Kim, and we'll find out a little bit more about you.
Okay, so you just want to talk about the lives.
And about how you got your PV of over 4,000 last month, which was just incredible.
I wanted to be on that top 10 list forever. I did it. Okay, so the PV, I mean, I'm just passionate about Protanum, and I talk to every single person just about that I come across about Protanum. It's somehow, even on a Facebook Live, when I'm not planning to talk about Protanum, somehow I go there. It just happens. And I share it in a way of like, I'm just educating. People can choose whether they want to be on it or not. It doesn't bother me. I just need to share the information. Last month, though, was a pretty big month PV-wise because I went back. I have a big customer base, and I did go back to a lot of people about the skincare with the special, and I managed to move quite a few skincare. I think I ended up with about 14 skincare packs going through.
Wow.
Obviously, I stocked up myself as well, and I bought one for my mum, so I did help myself a little bit there too. But it was just really having that chance to go back and say to people, because I've never pushed the skincare. For me, Protanum is the big deal. And having worked in the skincare before, I've just never embraced it. I love it, but it's just not something. I just can't stand the whole, it's too expensive. I love what I'm doing. I hate no's, so I just don't go there. But with the special, I kind of just went back to everyone and said, if you're ever going to try it, please just try it once. Try it now. It's cheap. It's a great deal. Lots of no's. You know, I've got about 70 or 80 customers and I sold maybe 14, but I still went back and asked them all. And I used it as well as a way to introduce people to Protanum. So people that I hadn't yet got to the Protanum conversation with, I could lead with, hey, we've got this awesome skincare special going on. It's got the same technology as our flagship product, which I'd love to tell you about. How about you give it a go? And that way, if they've ordered the skincare only, I've got, I think, 2 or 3 that have just started with the skincare. I threw in a free bottle of Protanum for new customers. So that gives me an intro to now educate them about Protanum. So that's how I got the volume up. The Facebook Lives has been an interesting journey. 73 days ago, Rachel put out a challenge to do 90 days of Facebook Live videos. It's something I've been toying with for a while anyway, and I'd just done probably maybe 2 about a month before that, just to, you know, they say success leaves clues. Find what successful people are doing and do the same thing. So I went, well, Rachel's doing lives, Tara's doing lives, everyone's doing lives, and maybe it's the way to go. So I'd started doing them, but I was really nervous and worried about content, and I get myself flustered because I'd be worried about missing what I'm saying and being embarrassed and stuffing it, basically. So when Rachel put out this challenge, I thought, you know what? The only way to get better is to just do it. And what better excuse to be on Facebook Live every single day than having a challenge? You know, that way, even if it's lame and it's stupid or you don't know what to do and you just play with the new filters and do stupid outfits, you've got an excuse to be on there without anybody thinking, oh my gosh, it's her again. Oh, she's talking about pretending again. Well, I'm in a challenge, so I've got to talk about something, and well, my life doesn't consist of much more than work and pretend, and so it tends to come up in most conversations. So it's been really fun. The other thing I liked about it was the commitment. There's been days where I've had a crappy day, come home, had a fight with my husband, and then gone, crap, I'm swearing online, sorry. I have to do my live. And it's like, how the heck am I going to do this? And then you have to snap out of it. And what I've actually found is really cool is actually making myself do that has snapped me out of the whole grumpy mood as well, because by the time I'm finished doing my live, I'm actually feeling like network marketing Kim again, the happy, nice Kim that you guys all know. So, so it's been really good from that perspective, just to show that, commitment is doing what you said you would do long after the feeling has passed. The feeling has not been there for 90 days. It's probably only been there for 45, but I have really enjoyed it. It's been great to teach myself that I have value to give. I've come through the journey going, you know what, I do have stuff to say. I am worth listening to, and actually all of you, everyone who's on this journey right now in Australia, you know more about NRF2 activation than any doctor in the country, unless they're already in LifeVantage. So don't discount that. Don't let your family and friends that, mock you and think that you don't know anything and they must know better, or their naturopath knows better, or their doctor knows better. They don't know about it. You know more than them. You're more educated because you have I can't think of the word. You have, you've just learned. You've spent time immersing yourself in this product. So you do know more than them. And if they choose not to value that, that's their choice. But you have something to say, so say it. Topic-wise, it's been tricky some days. Like the last few days, I've actually struggled because I haven't had time to even sit down and think. And I'm getting to the end of the day going, I'm going to do a live. So some of it has been a bit of silliness, or just, tonight I said to the family, what am I going to talk about? And Shane said, oh, Hayley's art's really great. Talk about, trying something different. And I kind of spun that into a get out of your comfort zone. Other days I might be driving home from work and have this massive, profound message I want to share on Protandum, and then I get on and I do a great live. So some of them have been very average. Some of them have been amazing. I don't know if I say so myself. But and the stupid little filters, well, my husband hates them. He's like, oh, everyone thinks you're stupid putting all those filters and stuff on. Do you know I've had more hits with those stupid filters? Like those 3, I think I've done 3 videos playing with the filters. I've had like 300-400 people viewing it. Most of my lives only get about 50 or 60 views. So I'm like, do whatever it takes. It's not about how silly you look on. It's about getting people to actually view your videos and like your posts, because you want exposure. So what has it done for me? It's boosted my confidence. I mean, if you guys saw me do a training, and I went to Charlotte make me do training last year, I think I had about a 20-minute training that I did in 8 minutes flat, because I talk fast, I'm embarrassed, I'm shy, I want to just get through it and get off the screen. It's forced me to slow down a little bit. You might not think so, but this is slow. And it's forced me to actually be okay to just talk to an audience, because on a Facebook Live, you're just talking to yourself really. And I actually find doing a Facebook Live is easier than doing a video. I had to shoot a video for something the other day for Charlotte, and I think I redid it 4 times because I wasn't happy with the content of what I said. When you do a live, you just get on there and you do it. And somehow it works, and people are forgiving. And if they're not, who cares really? It doesn't matter what they think. So it's been a really good personal growth journey. The last time I presented to at an event, I was a lot better than I was 6 months ago. And I really think it's because I'm getting out there and just sharing and talking. So just do it, If you want to be successful, do what successful people do. Charlotte's going to show us tonight why we need to do it. And, I wouldn't say it's tripled my business necessarily as a direct result. I don't get people, messaging me going, can we buy that product you talk about? But it's given me exposure. So I have had people who I haven't talked to for 14 years come back to me and go, oh, would it help with this? Because they've just happened to see one live, caught the end of it, and they have actually just reconnected with me. So people know I exist. They know I'm out there. I've got guys from work who don't buy Protandum, but they often like my videos. And I'm like, they know what I'm doing. It's just exposure, and one day they'll come around, or if they don't, it doesn't matter. Okay, I'll just I'm done.
Thank you so much, Kim. That was amazing. Thank you. And you're doing so well, and I love them. Okay, so moving right along, we have Caroline and Drew, and I just started going, oh no. So these guys are pretty newcomers. All I have to say is I'm one of the administrators for for the Activate Revolution, and I think 3 other administrators just keep saying, my gosh, that Caroline, all I seem to do is approve people for her. And I'm like, but that's all I do. And then someone else said to me, all I do is approve people for Caroline. And I'm like, what is this girl doing? All she seems to be doing is putting people in there. Where is she finding all these people? So we want to know some juicy little secrets. And I know you've got a sore throat, so I think Drew might have to take over. But yeah, if you can give us a couple of minutes on just what you've been doing. And I've heard you're doing incredibly well signing up customers. So well done, both of you. And looking to know a couple of your little nuggets.
All right. So yes, I do have a little bit of a sore throat. But yes, thank you so much for asking us today. But yeah, we just share the information, like just with our story, with how ProTandem has helped us. We just share the information with everyone. We talk to everyone. Even we just get so excited about the product, and we always talk with such high energy about ProTandem. And I mean, like, we talk to people when we're in the nail shop or fish and chip shop. We're just getting that information out there. And yeah, so yeah, even in the supermarket, we might even just start chatting about some food, and then, you know, just trying to, even if they're not interested in ProTandem, we just get them into our group. So pretty much what we were told at the start was that our groups were gold, and we've kind of ran with that. So, and I think one of the biggest things as well is we always try to be approachable. I normally meet people and I can talk really well with people, and normally within half an hour they're telling me about their diseases or illnesses, and I actually love it. You know, everybody is so different and they take information in so differently. And so some people might buy straight away, and other people, they want to join the group, they want to see what we're about. We love that too. So I think one of the biggest things is we're just being patient and getting in there and giving that information, like through the group, what they would be interested in. So if we know they're suffering with asthma, we'll do an asthma post the next day, and, you know, just targeting them, but not directly at them, just getting that information out there. And then, yeah, so we're just forming all these relationships, and they need to feel the trust from us as well. You know, a lot of them are strangers. And, if we know they're going to be, hopefully become potential customers, we just try to get them into the group again. So just to see what we're doing, getting them into the group is gold. So we're just aiming at that. And we add random people every day. You know, you do cop a lot of negativity sometimes, but I add them from pages, from groups, just getting it out there. So we are currently achieving about 250 ads a week into our group.
Wow.
That's not our goal. It is going crazy, and people are seeing that, and people are wanting to be in there. So yeah, again, we're just adding random people every day. So converting them to customers, I was asked to talk about. So just like I said, again, just building that relationship. So once they get to, you know, we have a couple of little chats, they'll just see that trust, and they just see my story. And once they hear my story, pretty much, they get wowed and they want to try this product. A lot of people have known me for a long time. I already knew a lot of people, so they see how this has changed my life. And yeah, we just always try to share things in that group again, with keeping members' curiosity and getting them to come to us. And then just keeping them engaged again. So normally we're just trying to get that information out there, and instead of being like a salesperson, we're just trying to get them to contact us and say, hey, what are you doing? What's this product? How many pills is it? Because they're not even understanding it's just one pill. So it's pretty exciting when we can just turn around and say it's actually only one tablet a day, and then go further from there. So I'll just pass you on to Drew now. Thank you so much.
So some of the tips that we've obviously learned along the way is you've got to learn to love failure. Obviously, some people fear it, and obviously they're worried about the feedback that they're getting from people, but just learn from it. Obviously, don't get upset from anyone's negativity, or obviously the mistakes that you might make along the way, you learn from. So of course, we're just growing. Really, failure is something that it should be amazing. So it means that, we're just getting better and better and better every day. And the most important thing is just to keep hustling. So don't give up. Set yourself a goal, whether or not that's 3 people a day, 5 people a day, 10 people a day. Just obviously hustle, and try and make your life easy. So I've got templates that I'd actually use just to obviously, instead of having to type 30, 40 words out to someone, now I change their name, and it's really easy. So after I've added them, or obviously became or requested them to be my friend, just, hi G, thanks for accepting my friend request. I'd like to add you to our motivational group. Please feel free to contribute positive and valuable content. And they might then obviously say, oh, look, I don't know what to add. And I'd say, well, great. Obviously, just enjoy the content. Obviously, let us motivate you. Let us obviously inspire you. you might think of something. So that engagement's really, really important. So of course.
So do you add them to the two groups then? So your group and the Activate, do you ask that you add them to both, or you just add them to one? Or
so normally just adding them into our group, and then once I know they're actually interested in Pro Tandem and they're starting to get excited, I put them into the Activate, just because once they see more information, because some people are finding it is a bit flooding, because I don't know, they're just saying that, coming back with that feedback, not from Activate, but just I'm already putting them in too many groups. So once I know they're interested, I say, hey, I've actually got this amazing Activate group. Can I pop you in there? And as soon as they say yes, I pop them in there.
cool.
That'll be the same for me, obviously. I'm only putting people in there that have told me, oh, wow, I'm really interested in the product. And it might be something that's in the Activate group. I will go and search in there for some stress posts, from testimonials and things like that, or whatever might be they're suffering from. So what I've found as well is Carolyn and I, we're both working in this together. We obviously take different approaches, but that just complements each other. So we're very, very different, but just working very, very well together. So, of course, further from there is...
You just listen to me.
Yeah, so every day...
Really, really good.
Every day...
guys, so it's just that constant setting yourself goals. I mean, 3 people a day, and that's nearly 1,000 people in a year. But you're actually way surpassing that and doing 250 a week. So I have to congratulate you. That's just going to be some phenomenal amount of people in your group at the end. And yeah, well done on that. I'm really, really excited. So I just need to move on now with Una and ask Una if she could just share. Now, Una is somebody who had been very much a nurse, consumer focused all the time. Didn't like leading with the business, didn't like getting to talk platinums and things like that. Just thought, if I do the business, if I do the customers, they may come on. So I'd love to share that she was last month the #1 highest enroller in Australia, I think it was, or in that top 3. So Una, if you could just spend a couple of minutes just letting us know how you changed your mind's thinking into going from product-based to business-based.
Oh, thanks, Jay. I haven't got too much prepared because it's only going to be 2 seconds. I think really what happened with me was because I come still from such a traditional background, and I'm still actively nursing like 5 days a week, that was nearly ground in me that I would lead from a product perspective. And yes, people trust me and I get a lot of customers, but I think really the one thing that stuck in my mind was last year Seth Campbell was out here, and we were down on the Gold Coast listening to him, or Brisbane or someplace, and I went up to him afterwards. He's a young entrepreneur making a fortune, and I said to him, I'm a nurse, how can I come across as a network marketer? And he said, are you a network marketer? And my words were, no, I'm not, I'm a nurse. And he's like, learn to be a network marketer. And it stuck with me, and I think it was only probably about 6 or 7 weeks ago, maybe 2 months ago, that I thought about that one day, and I thought, if I can never say if I'm always going to say I'm a nurse and never get network marketing into it, that's where I'm going to be stuck. And the Bahamas tracker came out, and I just said, I am not getting left behind. I am going, if I have to swim there after them, I am going to the Bahamas. So I changed my mindset, and I thought, there is no reason that I can't be as good as everybody else and be a network marketer and encourage people. I totally believed in the product, in the company, but I didn't have the belief in me until then. So it was really like something sort of that happened in me overnight, that shift in my mind. And I thought, I truly believe that platinum is the way to go. So why wouldn't I promote platinum all the time? So that's what I started doing. I totally lead with the business now pretty much all the time. And the biggest thing probably that I do now is form people. And I have a genuine interest. People trust me. I'm a nurse. I never went into nursing for money. So, I've always got that interest in people. So, and it's proven it to me now over and over again. If you have that genuine interest in people, they will start asking you questions as well. And it always comes back to that I've got 3 jobs. I work for the hospital. I'm clinical director for an orthopedic surgeon. And then I always say, but my favorite job is I'm in the direct selling business and I have a home business. And everybody always says, whether it converts or not, they'll always say, what do you do? And then it'll depend. I lead either with that I'm a distributor for a health and wellness company who are at the forefront of nutrigenomics. If it's somebody that I'm really trying to impress in the medical field or somebody like that, or, you know, I'll come and say I'm a distributor for a company, you know, that have got an amazing product that'll make your body heal itself. But I always say, this is my retirement plan. So it's been a process, but I'm really comfortable saying that now. So what I put it down to Seth Campbell, because I was nearly taken aback. I was like, how can you say that to me? You know, I was like, oh. But he was right, you know.
That was excellent, Una. I've seen such a change in you. A cheeky change. That's what I think it is. You know, it's always been yours, Una, and it's great. It's great to see.
And I don't come from a place of scarcity anymore. I think I used to sort of as well come from a bit of, you know, a scarcity, whereas now it's not. I just totally believe that everybody should have this opportunity. And as, you know, the guy said, you know, just get used to the no's as well, because there'll be a lot of yeses.
Yeah. Okay, thanks, Una. And finally, Jen and Dave, we're just going to, if you can just spend maybe 2 or 3 minutes just telling us what you've done in the last week and a half and what's happened when you've stepped out of your little comfort zone. What magic can happen just by saying, I'll do it?
Well, gee, it started when Charlotte suggested on one of the Zoom calls that we should join meetup.com and start going to meetup groups. So I got onto meetup.com. I set up my own profile. I joined a few groups that I was interested in, but I couldn't find one that was at the right place at the right time. So I decided that I would put up my own meetup. And I made it specifically about attracting people who wanted to come along and talk about health and oxidative stress and NRF2 activation, etc. So rather than me going along and fitting in with somebody else's agenda, I just put my agenda out there. And we have a little cafe about 2 blocks from our house. So I'll just take it back one step. When I set up my meetup group, I chose the name Sydney Biohackers because it reflected what Darren Jensen had put in, you know, one of his slides about biohacking the aging code. And I didn't want to call the group, you know, Sydney Alpharts anti-aging group or something like that. So I thought Sydney Biohackers had a bit of a, you know, catchy ring to it. So we had David, myself, and one of our other platinum distributors went along, and we had 3 other RSVPs. So on the morning of the meetup, David went around the corner to our local cafe just to advise the cafe owner that we would be there with 6 people. And his cafe owner says, oh, that sounds interesting. What are you coming for? So David gave him the ABC link and went away. We had our little meet up in the afternoon, and only 2 of the 3 RSVPs came along, but they were both really interesting, intelligent people. One lady with MS and another guy with AS, and I can't remember what that stood for.
Ankylosing spondylitis. My husband has it.
Oh, yes. Anyhow, they were really, you know, quite intelligent people. We had a great conversation. I got their email addresses so I could send them the ABC video link. We didn't sign them up or sell them anything, but we have some so far. But they're still members of our group, which has now got about, I think, 46 members at last count. And after the group disbanded, David hung back to sell the cafe owner a bottle of Protandim.
He's an entrepreneurial type, and he asked a few good questions and said his initial approach was, how soon can I get this product? Because he watched, he didn't just watch the ABC video. Being a proactive type, he went ahead for several hours and watched about half a dozen other videos. He even found one of Charlotte doing something as well. And he said, how soon can I get this product? I said, I'll just stop home, I'll get my computer and I'll sign you up. And he said, well, I can do this business too, right? And he asked a few questions and decided to sign up as a gold distributor on the day. Yes. More creds to him than me, but I got off the couch, right?
Yeah.
And So yes, he's the kind of person that we want in our teams, and we will come across them randomly from time to time. It doesn't matter where or how, as long as we put ourselves out there, they will come out of the woodwork when the time is right. And he's been key in our organisation of this extra opportunity meeting in September, the one that Charlotte's got Tara and Peter lined up for. He's got 2 different cafes, so he's opened up the larger of those 2 for this opportunity meeting, and we're expecting great results.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Wow.
We're aiming for at least 60 people along at that event. So
personally, I'm for double that.
Yeah, but you know what? You actually have to sometimes say it. And I actually challenged Pamela 2 weeks ago and said, hey, we're going to have Nicola Rule present with myself. I'm believing that there's going to be 50 people. You've always said if you get 50 people in a room, I'll come. Will you fly up? And she went, yes, absolutely. She said, I'm booking my flight now. I got off the phone and went, ah! So it was just like mad type to everyone. Come on, we've got to get people. Everyone just go out there. But it just gave you a focus, a time, a belief. Suddenly you've got a scientist who's a German general manager of LifeVantage. He spent months researching that company before he decided to align himself. You've got Tara. So you can just go and you've got so much credibility when you go and speak to people, because these people are phenomenal. And that's how I felt about Nicola. I just told the world, and there were 75 people that turned up. So when you just put it out there, I think it just happens. And I just think what you've done is so amazing. And don't be scared. It's out there now, and it'll just start to come together, just as long as you keep putting one foot in front of the other, keep talking to everybody. One thing that we did, like if you even produced a little flyer, but we actually did it on photograph paper. So we actually went to the photo booth, like, you know, in Joyce Main, 10 cents a print, and just got, you know, $20 worth. And they looked really nice, and everyone went, wow, these are really good. So
we are planning on doing all of that as
We've
well.
got half a dozen different opportunities to share this. We're going to fill it.
Yeah,
brilliant.
And it was great to just bring the focus onto our agenda and not go along to somebody else's meeting, just with the, you know, the off chance that you might be able to mention.
Yeah.
You know,
and the thing is, I think people don't understand, and I'm saying it for me as well. We have a meetup group, but we're actually changing it now. We did one for walking, but if you don't, somebody else will. There are so many smart people joining LifeVantage, not in our teams, and they're joining them everywhere. And if you don't create that meetup, somebody else will, and then you'll sit there going, damn it, I said I was going to create that meetup. I should have done Biohackers Melbourne, and I didn't, and now that person has. So good on you for doing it. You've got the name now. You're that pioneer. And I just encourage everyone else that's in Melbourne, Perth, just do it. What's the worst thing that happens? If you get together and have a cup of coffee anyway, you know, that's it. That's, you know, there's no financial investment apart from $15 a month to keep your meetup group open. So I just think let's pack the whole meetups all over the place.
Yeah, so we don't mind if anyone rips off the biohacker tag and uses it for, you know, Melbourne, Perth, Brisbane either, because if we can keep the name consistent.
The name, it's good.
It would be great.
Well, thank you so much, guys. I hope everyone got a wealth of information from that. We're also now going to hear from Charlotte about Facebook Lives, but I'm just kind of still absorbing everything that I've just heard from everyone here. So I just want to thank you all, guys. It was really, really cool. And I'm going to pass you back to Charlotte now.
Thanks, guys. Oh my gosh, what an amazing bunch of people we have. How inspiring. You know, listening to those stories, I can think back. Like, I can picture Kim back to the first time I challenged her. Come on, Kim, can you do a video? She's like, nah! And now look at her. She's so good at videos. I reckon she's one of the best in our team at doing videos. Why? Because she stepped out of the box. You know, spoke to David. I said, have you guys joined with meetup groups? Oh, well, there isn't really something, you know, in our area. Well, start your own. You know, they got out of their comfort zone, stepped out of that boat, and look what's happened. Look what's happened. Potentially 60 guests coming to an event that miraculously we can have Tara and Peter Vertigan present at. miracles, guys. But that's what happens when you step out and you just do the do. So please, guys, take some tips here tonight and just go for it. I'm so sorry. I'm struggling so much with this flu. So if I lose my voice in between, forgive me. But I'm going to try and do a little bit of training with you quickly on Facebook Live. So let's just have a look at a few things. First of all, I'll just continue on with some slides, and I'm going to try and do this super quick. So Facebook Live, do you know how to do it on your phone? Super, super easy. You know, just pick up your phone as you would post. Next to the post sign, there's actually a video, live video button. It's like a little red thing. You just press that. It says to you, are you ready? And if you're ready, it's going to count down 3, 2, 1, and then you're live. And you just hold your phone and you look into your phone and you talk. Right? That's it. That's how easy it is. There's a lot more we can teach you. Like Kim's been doing all the funny stuff added to it. There's actually another system that I'm investigating at the moment, the same one that Darren Jensen is using. And I would love to teach all of us how to use that one, because it's a really cool one, because you can interview people and they can be sitting on the other side of the world and you can interview them in your live. So great software available for us to make a big thing of this. But for now, we want to challenge you, just start doing a live on your phone. So why do Facebook Lives? Well, you know, you're broadcasting to the largest audience in the world. Did you know that the largest platform of audience put in one place is on Facebook? It's massive, and all you need is your phone. So simple. Live is the best way to interact with viewers in real time. So you know what? They're watching while you're doing it, and you can ask them a question and just be you. You know, I love what Kim said about the viewers are so relaxed. They love it if you stuff up because it's funny, and they love to watch that and they enjoy that. So don't try and memorize a script. Talk from your heart, guys. You know, have a little notepad if you need it and just have a few highlights of what you want to talk about, but really talk from your heart or talk from an experience. Field their burning questions. So have a look at the audience you have. What kind of age? Are they various age groups? For instance, if I look at my audience on Facebook, in other words, my friends on Facebook, some of them are family, some of them are friends, some of them are network marketers, and some of them are just people that I've just friended. People that are in business, probably predominantly. Now, what kind of burning questions do I know everybody has? Well, people want to be healthy. People want more money. People have children. Most people do. And they have, you know, it's difficult disciplining children. It's difficult bringing kids up. Moms want to know, what can I put in a lunchbox? You know, write down for yourself like 20 things that you would have a question about. You know, what's the best laundry powder to use, or anything. Guys, you can do a Facebook Live about just about anything, but you want to give value, okay? Don't be boring and tell people about Protandem 100 times over. They do not go onto Facebook to see what they can buy. You got to understand that. Nobody wakes up in the morning, grabs their phone, goes onto Facebook because they want to see what they can buy. People go on because it's like reality TV. They want to see what's going on in your life. Did you know that the top TV show, you won't believe this, I was shocked, but the top TV show in all times, and this is like including Friends and, you know, some big shows that we've had on TV, but the top TV show of all times, the Kardashians. Why? Because it's reality TV and people love that. So Facebook needs to be a bit of reality TV into your life and into you as an individual. Don't put on to be who you're not, because they will see it and they just won't watch it again. Another great reason of why you want to use Facebook Lives is because Facebook will allow you to reach an audience that you would normally never otherwise reach. So in other words, what they will do is the minute you run a Facebook Live, they pull it out of the mass news feed, They stick it in right at the top as a priority post, and they actually share it across multiple networks of timelines, even people that are not your friends. Okay, why? It's so simple. Facebook wants to be bigger than YouTube when it comes to videos. Facebook does not want people to post a YouTube link, and then what happens, you look at your Facebook profile, you see a video, you click on it, and you're leaving Facebook to go to YouTube. They don't want that. So that's why they're giving videos such massive, massive priority, because they're in huge competition with YouTube. You know, the other thing that lives do is it allows you to connect immediately with your friends or the people that are there watching. A post doesn't do that. Do you know, guys, I saw new stats on the posts. It is pretty scary. 3% of people, of your friends, now see your posts, right? 3%. How can you lift that algorithm so that you get a higher percentage? You've got to build in Facebook Lives onto your page. You've got to post stuff that's got more engagement. If you put up a post and within half an hour you haven't at least had 10 likes or shares or some kind of interaction, delete it, because it'll actually drag down the value of your page for Facebook. So there's another great reason. Do you only want 3% of your friends to see your posts? That's nothing. No, so do Facebook Lives, because it's going to push that algorithm up. And another great thing to do on a Facebook Live is to share your story. Do you know there's so many stories we all have? You can share your story as a parent, as a partner, in a relationship, you know, without getting into too much detail, obviously. You can share your story as a friend. You can share your story as a business builder. You can share what worked, what hasn't worked. Just be vulnerable, be you, and show people you. And it is so, so powerful. People love that. So before I get to that, I want to just quickly show you a few things that I found on the net. And I just haven't had time to put it all into this PowerPoint, so forgive me. But I'm going to show you, actually, sorry, I've got to stay there. I just want to show you a few things. G, can you see, if you can't see my screen, please can you tell me?
No, I can't.
You can't? What
No.
are you seeing?
Just that connect instantly, da-da-da.
Do I see there? Okay. Maybe I should close this. Hold on a sec, guys. Sorry.
Yeah, I think this, oh no, that's you now.
Can you see that now?
No.
Okay, I'm just going to move it to my other screen. Sorry, I've got two screens, so sometimes it messes it up. Okay, how's that? Can you see that?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So guys, look at this. Tips and tricks for Facebook Live. So the first thing you want to do if you're planning a Facebook Live is do exactly that. You got to have some kind of a plan, right? Now, I'm not talking about every time. Like if you're out and about and you think I'm going to do a quick live, do it. But when you start looking at structuring your lives, you want to have a theme that you're going to run, or, you know, when you really start looking at using it to grow your business, then these are some great points to consider. The first one is tell your fans or your friends when you're going to be broadcasting it ahead of time. So I'm sure you've seen, like I have seen so many people post, I'm going live in 10 minutes. I'm going live in 30 minutes. Why are they doing that? Because it is warning their friends and family and, you know, followers in many instances that they're going to go live. So people are then on the lookout for it. Great tip. Number 2 is go live when you have a strong connection, a Wi-Fi connection or an internet connection. There's nothing worse than doing a live and you break in, break out, break in, break out. Make sure your internet connection is really strong. this is a key one, right, is write a catchy description before you go live. Very important. Don't, like, as you do your live, think, oh, what am I going to, call the heading, and then just type in anything, because oftentimes whatever your heading is what's going to attract people. And a really catchy heading is a question. And it's a question that people have, right? It's always good to add in something like how to. I find how to, and like if I look at the statistics of keywords to use in blogs or in videos, how to is rated number 1 always. Because people, what do they do when they go Google? They go, how to, dress the cat or whatever it is. So play around, but always put some time and effort into your description. And, you may say, today I'm going to share with you how to bake a beautiful chocolate cake in 10 minutes, right? What you're doing there is you're telling the person what it's about, and also you're answering a solution, and it may not be the chocolate cake, but you're offering them a solution. Number 4 is ask your viewers. So while you're doing your live, ask the people to subscribe to your live. So it's very simple. They'll see it on their page. They can just, on their phone as they're watching you, they can just click subscribe. And then in the future, every single time, you see there, it's highlighted here, the follow button. And then in the future, every time you do a live, it's going to pop up on their phone, and they're going to see, Charlotte is busy doing a live. Let me hop in and see what it's about. Number 5 is say hi to the commentators by using their name and respond to their comments. Guys, people love to hear their own names. It is essential. They love to hear their own names. So when you see Charlotte has commented and said, hey, everyone, say, hey, Charlotte, how things there in Australia, whatever, just use the people's names. It's very, very important. Number 6 is broadcast for longer periods of time to reach more people. Now, they talk here about between 10 minutes. They're saying at least 10 minutes, and you can go up to 90 minutes. I don't think I will ever stay on a Facebook Live for 90 minutes, but it obviously depends on what you're doing, right? If you're busy displaying something, of course it can be that long. But if you're just talking about something, make 10 minutes. According to this, that should be your benchmark as the minimum. Use a closing line to signal the end of your broadcast. Very important as well. You've got to have a start. What do I say to capture people and get them in here? And then you want to have a closing line. And your closing and your start should really tie up together. Okay, it's like writing an essay kind of thing. You want to make sure that it ties up. So be sure to finish with a closing line like, thanks so much for watching. Well, I'll be going live again soon. I hope my cake recipe, go and try my cake recipe. And when I'm live next week, hop on and tell me what you found, or something like that, just to tie it all back together. And number 8 is be creative and go live often. So, guys, this is not something you want to do once or twice a month. This is something you really want to get into doing, almost every day if you can, or every alternate day. So I'm going to send you this. I'm actually going to put it up in our team page. There's some basic Q&As here, but it also gives you a lot of ideas on what to do videos about. So look out for this. Our time is up, so I'm actually going to stop there, but I hope it has helped you. Maybe next week, guys, I will research this. I think it's called Be Live, what Darren is using, and we can go into it and I can show you guys how to use it. It's something I myself want to start using. Thank you, Nicola. She says, even though I have the flu, I still look amazing. Don't you just love people like that? Thank you, Nicola. You're so sweet. Yeah, guys, so G and I and all of us, all the leaders, we want to put a challenge out to you. So you've heard Kim say that she's been on this challenge and it has really helped her to develop. Now, network marketing is so much about self-development. It is enormous. And if you are willing to step out of the boat and just do the do, your business will grow without you even realizing, without you even having to like do all the things that you've done before. It's amazing when you step out, doors start opening, people start coming to you. You will attract different people to you more so if you put yourself out there. So a challenge we have, and G, we haven't had enough time to confer on this, but we want to put a challenge to you guys. Is it for the next 30 days, every day, or?
Weren't we saying, what day is it today? Well, yeah, it's the
14th.
15th tomorrow. So we'll have a think. Maybe we say from the 20th to the 20th. So we're giving people a couple of days to get it round their head, because we don't want to just do shock treatment and suddenly tomorrow morning you've all got to do these lives. Or we could be really neat, okay, the 15th. But
okay.
yeah, I think the 20th, and if we know who is interested in maybe doing them, we can, encourage one another. We can maybe say, hey, I did because what you want to do is if you see somebody in our little group that's doing a live, jump on and send them lots of love, send them lots of hugs, follow them. That would be actually a thing to do. Okay, we're going to follow them. It's 30 days. It's not a lifetime. Most of them are going to go for maybe 3 minutes. Around 3 minutes, I personally think is long enough, unless you're doing a really, maybe 2 minutes an oxidation stretch. But if it's a normal one, I'd say about 3 minutes.
Guys, so this document I'm going to put up, and you're going to see it gives you daily suggestions, right? So like Monday, training day. Train on anything. Teach people how to do something. Go Google something interesting. It could be, how to make a craft, anything. So it's training day. Tuesday, the big reveal. Go find some news, something that is groundbreaking news. Whatever, some little town, something has happened, or I don't know, maybe you've got some groundbreaking news, but it's the big reveal. Maybe it's something like you've started your own business, big reveal, right? Or if you knew, that could be awesome, because you can show your box that's arrived, your LifeVantage box, and it's like, that's my big reveal. So the Wednesdays, I'm on the road. So if you are traveling, you can do a live. Don't do it while you're driving, but do it about where you're going, even if it's just to work and back. If you want to travel and there's somewhere you want to go to, like on your bucket list, put it on. So it's on the road. So many different ideas. Have a look at this document, but what I suggest you do is for yourself create a schedule and say, on Mondays I'm doing this, on Tuesdays I'm doing that, Wednesdays that, Thursdays that, Fridays that, Saturdays. Maybe do it 6 days a week, right? You don't have to do it every single day. And then by doing that, you're not going to have a bored audience. They're going to be looking forward to your lives. Okay, guys, thank you so much. We are always, exceptionally grateful for each one of you, and always here to help you. So please shout out if we can help. And thank you, G. Thank you to David and Jen. I tell you what, when I saw your faces up there, you two just, you're beaming. It's like you just, I don't know, you like glitter, your faces, the two of you. I just love it. And Una, man, your journey is so close to my heart, because I know I've been there with you the whole way, and I know how
do those videos.
I know. I remember. Yes. So guys, Una won't mind me saying this, but her first video that she did, she cried. We held her hands. We're like, come on, you can do this. And now look at her. She's amazing.
After take 20.
Oh.
But still, you did it, right? And Drew and Caroline, oh my gosh, I just love the two of you. I think you're going to go all the way. I always say that. You're just such inspiration, and you've got so much passion, which is great. And of course, Kim, oh my gosh, Kim, you're just that solid rock that's always there. Just amazing how you do what you do in between kids and full-time. Guys, do you know that Kim is a CFO in a business? This chick has got a demanding job, and she has got the top PV in our country, and she's 10th in the world. Absolutely phenomenal. So anyway, next week maybe we'll feature another 4 people. I love doing this because it just highlights the incredible people we have. But thank you, and we will see you hopefully on the meetings, guys, to talk about Sydney, Melbourne, and Brisbane, but also Adelaide. So have an awesome week. Take care. Look after yourselves and drink your little yellow pill.
Thanks, everyone.
See
And
you
don't
guys.
forget, if any of you are around in the morning and you're up and about, or you've got any UK friends, please let them know. We'll be up at 5:30 in the morning doing our opportunity meeting, which is there 8:30 on Monday night. So yeah, wish us luck. Myself and Nick.
Awesome
Okay,
job,
guys.
G. Thanks, guys. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.